Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything. Just wanted to make two quick disclaimers before the video starts. There were two errors that happened during this video. For the first 19 minutes, the microphone that you see in the middle of the table was on mute, so the audio feed will be coming from the camera instead of the microphone. That's why in the second half of the video, the audio sounds much better. And for the last 10-15 minutes of the video, the camera ran out of battery and died, so it will be audio only for the last 10 minutes. I do apologize for all of that. I don't mind when these things go wrong, because I know what I need to do in the future to make sure they do not happen again. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. Without further ado, let's begin the video. Thank you for watching.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Dylan from Yugioh Everything. Welcome back to another fun discussion I will be doing with my good friends of mine, good IRL friends, and you know, I did this discussion.
I'll leave already.
I did this discussion a couple of months ago over the first 5 episodes. It was titled like non-Yu-Gi-Oh! / anime fans talk about VRAINS. It'll probably be titled similarly to that. You guys loved it. I loved doing it. They loved doing it. Yeah. And so I was like, we got to do this every maybe 8 or 9 episodes. They were like, yeah, I'm down. So last time Pete was not caught up. He had only seen the first one. This time I'm thrilled to announce they have all caught up. Again, fans that have never watched a Yu-Gi-Oh! Before, or if they have, just real small bits and pieces. So, just a nice casual conversation, and it's going to be a blast. So if you guys want to introduce yourselves, go right ahead.
I'm Nick.
Pete.
Cal.
And, yeah, so we'll be discussing our thoughts on the first 12 episodes. We'll be talking about Aoi, her character, the duel between Blue Angel and Playmaker, Emma and Akira, the Revolver duel, our favorite character, our least favorite character so far, and any theories and things that we want to see. In this conversation, we'll probably get pretty off the rails. That's what usually happens. But I think that's what you guys enjoyed about it last time, because I'm usually all professional, and this one's just kind of a fun time. So, professional will be on the camera.
You took the tie off.
Okay. So, and of course, you guys leave your thoughts down below. There were a lot of people who last time commented and said, you know, I hadn't watched a Yu-Gi-Oh! Since 5Ds or GX, and I've gotten back into it, so I can relate to these three, and I love it. So, and the last time, these three all gave really good, not only insight, but good recommendations and good analysis and good thoughts and fun thoughts on Yugioh VRAINS. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed it.
There was funny comments last time, too.
Yeah, there were some good comments.
Enjoy the comments.
I love the people that watch these videos. Alright, so, first 12 episodes. Are you as positive on the show as you were through the first 5? Are you less? Are you about the same? Where are you?
I'm going to say more. There are certain aspects that I'm still like
getting used to, watching a show in a different language.
Well, not even that. I'm okay with. Like, I've gotten used to that. Again, like I think I said in the last episode, I watch American shows with subtitles often, so like that doesn't affect me. But like, just like little some of the dual things, I'm like,
the effects and the TCG name changes are like with rockets and varets and volts. I was explaining it to them, and that really hurts the more casual fan. Rather than the person who plays the card game when they're changing on the subtitles, rockets and varets and bullets, and so that can be very confusing.
Yeah, but otherwise, no, I definitely like the show in general more than I did the last review.
Through 5 episodes, that's good. That was good.
Yeah.
I mean,
you only saw
I'm definitely more positive because I watched 1 episode last time and I just binged like the last 11 episodes in the last 24 hours. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely. It hooked me. It's like I need another show to watch. I'm watching it now and I have enjoyed it. Some of the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, like with the spells and stuff, I caught on to a lot of that.
That's good.
Maybe just because I was binging and losing my mind. But the one thing that just annoys me is that when they do that link summon thing, oh my god.
Yeah,
when they do it like 8 different times in an episode and repeat the same line, I'm like, I know what you're doing. Like, come on.
Yeah. And that's probably the biggest complaint that anyone has.
We'll definitely talk about that more with the Aoi Blue Angel character.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
That's, I mean, like them, positive on it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I've gotten more hooked than I did in the first 5.
That's good.
Like I even said to you before when we were just talking, like, I watched 7 and 8 back to back right away, and then, like, I had to go to sleep, I had to go to work, and I was, like, kind of upset that I wasn't able to just keep going through it, because I wanted to just get through. But my one complaint was going to be the same thing. Like, the link, it's like, he did 4 links in a row, what? And it's like, yeah, he did.
and the first time, it's like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then the second time, next episode, okay. And then the 5th time.
Well, he did it 3 times in the same hand. Like, the same turn.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, nope, we're going up again.
Yeah.
Oh, nope, we're going up again.
And 3 arrows set. And here's the monsters that are all going. And I'm like, oh my god, just do it.
Yeah. And in my individual reviews, obviously I review every episode, That's like my one always complaint if I have any. Just
Just
the
a
link
little
summoning.
repetitive. That's all.
It's repetitive,
Yeah.
but it doesn't hurt.
No,
well, it might hurt a little bit,
but
not enough.
majorly, not enough at all. The plot is still.
The plot's been great.
It's strong.
It's the most interesting thing.
It's very strong, and it's
I like
much
the plot.
too strong for something like that to ruin.
Yeah. Well
Absolutely.
said. Well said.
Absolutely.
So good, positive, and you guys obviously give. I mean, I know everyone's been insanely positive. That one site in Japan that was rating Arc 5 episodes like 0.8 out of 100, which was real. I mean, it became very trollish, but they're giving Vrains like 97.8 out of. I mean, they're giving Vrains some of the highest ratings you've ever
Apparently,
seen.
even Neon Ad Systems likes it so much.
NAS, I'm talking to you. I like that shout out. This will probably be the first video, or one of the first, since me getting my channel back. So that's actually pretty funny. I've been locked out of my channel for 3 freaking weeks. So Aoi Zaizen, Blue Angel, our main female character. I was so hyped for her. I got her on a custom poster before Vrains even came out. High hopes. High hopes for Aoi. What are your guys' thoughts? Who wants to start this one?
I guess I'll start. I mean, so I was. She turned out to be something I hoped she wouldn't be. For at least for a few episodes. She was the damsel. Yeah, the coma. She was the damsel in distress for a few episodes, which I was hoping they wouldn't do that trope.
Fun fact: every Yu-Gi-Oh female, this is now 6, the main female has been brainwashed or unconscious at one point.
Which hopefully, I'm still have my fingers crossed for Emma that's not going to happen. But now that at this point, you know, I think we can get past that.
We got past it, and I'm glad they did it early in the show.
Exactly. So now she could be a strong character.
Did you like her characterization in episode 6 with the whole kind of borderline depression? And
yeah, I think it was dark, and like most. No, I don't think any Yu-Gi-Oh show that I watched parts of touched upon anything like that. She was
yeah, that's fair to say. Maybe Mai and Duel Monsters. That was more like Japanese version. Season 4. I don't think you want. That was like a weird season.
No, that's really.
I don't like that season. Yeah, that was a weird season.
But yeah, like, and even like it was weird. Like, it was kind of too real. Where she's on the phone with Akira, and he's like, "Why are you upset again?" It's like almost like she couldn't explain it, which like that's too real for like a Yu-Gi-Oh show.
I know.
But it was cool. I liked their characterization a lot. And like Blue Angel, that duel was pretty cool.
She's talented.
Yeah, she's talented.
She is.
My one complaint is that her first turn in that battle was about like 6 minutes. Like maybe not 6.
Oh my god!
It was long. It was really long.
It was long.
And she's like, I'm coming out full force. I was like,
10 minutes later.
Cool, but like you did, that shouldn't be allowed to like. That turn is so
the
long.
combos in Yu-Gi-Oh, you get used to it. Some are just so ridiculous. What do you guys think?
I like the contrast of her character. I mean, Nick T touched on it. Like, I think it's just because I realized in episode 11, like I was watching the intro, I was like, oh yeah, Go is literally the same person in both areas. Like, he comes out, he looks exactly the same as he's in the brain. So I was like, oh okay. I love that there's this massive contrast. Like, she's so like bright and bubbly in the Link thing, and then you go out and she's just like very
has
to
all
herself,
these fans.
She's
and
very
in real life.
Yeah,
no one,
she's very quiet and to herself and everything like that. So I think that was good. And I guess it's a little bit of depression, but she's also kind of looking just for excitement. She wants to prove to herself,
acceptance
to her brother as well, that like I am someone.
Yeah, she even says when she's talking with Yusaku that like nobody ever. The only thing people ever talk to me about is
they use me for my brother.
Yeah. It's like that's pretty.
And
messed
I
up.
couldn't even get it if I wanted to. Like, you couldn't even get a job for me.
And isn't it funny though that when you take a step back and look at that scene, that is the reason Yusaku was talking to her to get to Akira.
Yeah, so it's like messed
so it's
up,
not even she's not even wrong.
But he wasn't asking for the disc though. So like,
but it's still he's using her in some
using her
way,
to try to get to her brother. Yeah, that was the main reason he approached her in the first place. So
it was interesting though that being so antisocial as I thought she would be, that she is part of a dueling club. So that I didn't expect at all when that happened. And of course, Naoki was there, but I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. But I did like the trick that Yusaku did in that, where he had the dummy deck. And that was really smart.
That was I know a lot of people love that.
Which does remind me. I'm sorry to
go.
I think even though she saw the dummy deck, I think that's where she definitely knows Yusaku's playmaker. When she read that, her expression was far too plain.
See, I don't think so.
I think that moment she knew that was a mistake.
The one mistake he keeps making is he has a dual disc that is outdated that no one has. So every Windows Playmaker also has a dual disc. So he should be hiding that, doing a dummy disc there, like that to me is your number one sign
That's-
right there.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what I was saying when we were watching it. I'm like, she knows because she immediately goes, oh, I recognize that.
Yeah.
Playmaker has the same one. And then Naoki's like, that's because he wants to be Playmaker.
Right.
Like,
They all surround him.
Yeah,
and like,
he's just
He
trying to
takes
be
his deck and he's
Playmaker.
making fun of it, and I'm like,
We're gonna.
I can't with him.
But I feel
can't.
like when she looks at the deck in that sense, and then I'll get to more about my description of her character, but she kind of like looks at it and is like, yeah, there's no way this is actually your deck. Like that's how her reaction. It wasn't like a, oh yeah, never mind. It was more of like a, yeah, this isn't your actual deck, but okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
kind of like a, I know what you're doing, but I'm obviously not going to say anything because I have just as much to hide, thinking
Yeah.
like nobody knows who she is.
Right, which nobody does.
But
Yeah.
she's also perceptive like that because she's also like Yusaku. She hides in plain sight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she would know those kind of tells to look for.
See,
if
that-
she does it
absolutely.
herself.
That's funny because I did not get that vibe at all.
Oh, so
I didn't
that's
get
how
that
I
vibe,
got
but
it.
you three all did.
Well,
So I mean, let me know if you guys think that Aoi knows Yusaku's playmaker.
I think she's
On
on
to
to it.
him,
Maybe if
that's-
she doesn't fully know,
Yeah.
she's definitely
It's a
on
fair
it.
statement.
I
Yeah.
think like the way
On
she is,
him.
like she's very quiet. You know, she's very. That's terrible. She's very quiet, but she like she's an observer. She
Yeah.
sits there and she looks. That's Yusaku to a T. He's not sitting there trying to make conversations usually with anyone. Like they literally make fun of him for saying, "Yeah, Yusaku talked to a girl." Ha,
I know,
okay.
I know.
Impossible.
Like,
Very
yeah,
impossible.
very
Never
impossible.
possible.
And like the AI doesn't even know him, and he's still ripping
he's
on
just like
him.
yeah. And like to me, it's like okay, so like he's that. I'm not going to say anything, I'm going to sit back and watch kind of person. She seems to be the same way where the only thing on her mind at all times is, how can I make my brother accept me? And she literally goes and does the opposite of what her brother wants, but thinks that that's what her brother wants.
Right,
you know?
right,
So like,
right.
she's so focused on doing what he, like, making him proud, she like overshadows the fact of just trying to realize that he's her brother no matter what, but she doesn't see it. She's like, I need to make him proud of what I'm doing. So when she's in the regular world, she's like, I'm not making him proud, depressed. She goes into the other world and she's like, well, I'm so good in the brains that I'm happy here because I know that when he sees me dueling and usually winning, like, oh, I'm making him proud because he's in Soul Tech and he sees me doing this stuff.
Yeah, I love, and you guys all touched on it, the complexity of her character has been really well written, and I'm just worried that after what happened in that 12th episode, where her brother is crying, now she knows that her brother really does care about her, I'm just worried that complexion is going to be kind of lost. And I want her to be happy by the end of the show. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, sure, but like, now it's like...
And especially if he loses his job, he's going to be at that home a lot
But also,
more.
another thing that she could piece together that Yusaku is Playmaker is because who brought her into the emergency room? It was Yusaku.
Yeah.
And remember, he has that whole thing with Zaizen where he's just like, oh, are you, like, he was like, are you two involved?
Yeah,
And he's like, no, I'm just a classmate. So again, it's like these closer and closer thing that she can pick up more and more clues.
Most important thing, though, do you want them to be involved?
No, see, I'm shipping him and Emma.
Him and Emma?
Yep.
Him and Emma?
Shipping it right now, right
Whoa.
here on this show.
I think him and Emma would be a very interesting way of getting her like on his side.
You guys
kind of.
like Emma?
Yeah.
I like Emma.
She's cool. She reminds me of an Electra.
I don't trust her yet.
I don't like
I'll tell you what I say about Emma, and
Okay.
you probably have a very similar perspective. She seems like the type of person that can get the job done, but only for the highest bidder.
Yeah, she's a mercenary.
So if it was me, Pete, and Nick here, and you needed information, and you paid me to get information from Pete, but then Pete's like, no, Nick T paid me more money. Guess where the information's going? To Nick T, and you're getting screwed out of everything and left in the dark.
You think it was humane for her, after Akira found out his sister may never wake up and that he's going to lose his job, to rub in the fact that she was the one who told his superiors about Blue Angel, about his sister being Aoi, and she rubbed that into him. Because she gloated about it.
Yeah,
She didn't gloat about
she goes
it.
to the highest bidder.
Yeah, but she did not need to be a bitch about it. Excuse my
She
language.
didn't need... No, she didn't need to be. You're right.
I think, though, what her character's supposed to be, they're writing her very well.
Yeah.
I just don't like
I don't know, there was
character.
some moments when that Playmaker kind of duel going on in the storm where I was just like, I don't know, it seems like she doesn't really have a huge stake in this. It seemed like she cared a little bit more what was going on
I think she
there.
cared because she wants to be the one to get Ignis and then take it down.
Yeah,
That's
see,
what-
I don't
that's
see
what
it like
think.
Well,
that.
because that's what she was like. I need
I think she
Playmaker
is
to win.
slimy, man. I think she is slimy.
I did say
I think there's something to her. You peel back a few layers.
Well,
I
she
think
probably has
it'll
a
be
lot of information in her
Yeah.
head. Because, like he said, I know other people are paying you for things. Like, clearly she knows stuff about other people that he doesn't, but she also knows stuff about him that the other people don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised if she's playing the knights against Soul and back and forth. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if she works in that whole
That's
area.
a dangerous game if she is doing that.
She's the pawn.
But, I mean, the next topic was about Emma and Akira, so this is kind of that topic.
Yeah.
As far as Emma goes, like if you peel back all the layers, I feel about her the same way I felt about my Valentine when back in the day. Like she can't be, she's
not trusted.
Can't be trusted until at a certain point. So right now I think, well, actually maybe we're getting past it. But when she was first introduced, no, you couldn't trust her.
Yep.
But she will develop into someone you can trust.
Yep.
And then on that same note, I think, and I wouldn't be upset if they did this, the same dynamic where Joey and Mai kind of had a thing.
Yeah.
Kusanagi and Emma.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. Yeah,
Because she was impressed at whoever let her into that data storm.
She wants
and
to
that
have
was
a conversation
Kusanagi.
with them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just funny that in the episode 13 preview we see her talking to Kusanagi.
Well,
So.
I've also been watching a lot of Daredevil,
Yeah.
and like, so she reminds me so much of Elektra. Because like they have literally not only the same bandana like costume mask thing, but like she plays the both sides.
So is that why you want to see her with?
I don't know. I mean,
the hero?
maybe deep in my head, but I don't know. It's just there's something about her.
For what she does, though, she really can't afford, as Katy Perry says, don't be afraid to catch feels. She can't catch feels.
Oh my god.
Because that happens.
This would be the last video.
This is the reference. This is what you're waiting for. This is what
Wait, so this was the reference you were waiting
This
for?
is the reference.
And you knew I hate you for it. You're right. You're right. I
Wow.
do hate you for it.
I don't like that song, but I had to make the reference.
So I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen,
And
and
that friends in real life thing's going down the drain.
Oh man.
not IRL. But
Jesus Christ.
I think that Emma, I feel like she saw what Yusaku did, and that he or I guess right now playmaker because she doesn't know who he is,
right.
but she saw that he did that with really no reason other than he didn't like the Knights of No. He was like, I'm gonna save Aoi just because I want to find out information about myself. So like his mission since episode, I guess 1, has not changed.
Yeah.
The entire time he's been trying to figure out what happened 10 years ago, who was like the people that were involved in it, like who did this to them, and then like find out in this one he says find out who the girl is in the thing because he's like I want to find out who that is.
Yeah.
When he says the 3 things, he doesn't.
Or well, that
doesn't
also
mention
I was
Aoi.
just thinking it's his mom.
that also could be a young boy's voice. I know everyone. Other people say it's a girl's voice, but
But it
I
could
think
be a young boy's
It could be,
voice.
but it sounds like a woman's voice.
Yeah,
Yeah, but a young boy talking to him, also a young boy at like 6.
I think it's Revolver that was talking to him.
Yeah.
Because when he starts listening to 3 things, you see Revolver's like, oh
Take
shit.
it back. Well, I think
And then
There's something
Ogana
wrong with
says,
that. Well, they
fate
mentioned
is scary.
in
Something like
an
that.
earlier episode they mentioned that there's like X amount of kids that survived this whole.
So maybe they're
Thing
just both
with-
survivors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have that whole like image of like them all in the trees or whatever that is.
Yeah.
That was,
And there were
well,
6
something-
kids. And
Yeah.
Well, because like when it shows the thing, he kind of like he's down on the ground, like think of 3 reasons. Think of the 3, and then as soon as he says, "I have 3 reasons," and he's like, okay,
That was a good connection though.
Yeah.
Because like I've been like, why is he saying this for like 10 episodes?
It kinda
So
clears
like
it
when
all
it did that
up, yeah.
flashback,
It's all, yeah.
so like it's not only what calmed him but gave him strength and kind of those moments. I was
you
like,
understand
okay, I
it
like
more,
that.
and it's not annoying.
And the thing that gets me a little bit is Yusaku says the 3 things thing all the time, and then like says it again while he's playmaker. And he's literally said it to Naoki. Like in the beginning, he does the 3,
Oh,
and he does it
jeez.
every single time
Yeah, but
he's
he's
in there.
dumb.
I know. I
So
will
he
tell
won't
you,
figure it out.
Naoki will be the first one to figure it out.
That's what I
I'm
think
calling
too.
that right now.
Yeah.
Because
I-
I think that he
I hope
he
not.
kind of
I hope not,
I
but
think he kind of already knows.
Yeah.
But he
He also-
doesn't want to know. But because when he's in
He doesn't
class,
want it to be true.
yeah,
Because
because he doesn't. Yeah, because he doesn't want. Because Yusaku he thinks is like the worst duelist ever.
Right.
Doesn't care
Whenever
about
that
it at all.
Yusaku shuts him down, he's just like, "Who are you again?" And he's just like, "We're in the same class."
yeah.
No, well, he's like, who am I? Like, we just talked. He's like, oh, we're in the same class, right? Like, that's the whole question. Like, yes, you are in the same class.
I feel like Yusaku's just like, you're annoying me, I'm on a mission here, I have one thing that I need to do. So obviously he's just like pushing him away because he's a loner. Besides Kusanagi, he's a loner. He does
Yes,
everything else.
he has no one
and then
else.
and he has the AI.
He's also made some comments, Naoki, where I think it was like episode 5. He walked past Kusanagi's truck, and he was just like, "Yeah, why is this truck always closed all the time?"
Yeah.
So he did
That's
say
what they
that.
are.
He said that. He said that in one of the more recent ones because
Yeah.
he walks by, he goes, "It's closed again," and then
Yeah.
he turns around and it's the fake Blue Angel versus.
If he figures it out, I'm just gonna stop watching.
Playing on the screen.
Well, we're getting into who our favorite and least favorite characters are, but
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Not Ignis for you. Well, we'll get into it.
Should we go with the duel first? Or?
Well, we're gonna get the halfway point. My SD card can only hold like 20 minutes at a time, so hope you guys are enjoying so far, and let's get into the second half. All right, guys, well, we're back, and I just realized that the microphone was muted for the whole first half, so the first half, thank you, guys, thank you. I'm an idiot. So I'll put an annotation in the beginning, so the audio should sound better now. Apologies for that. It can never go smoothly, but let's pick up where we left off.
A little rusty.
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks, guys. The revolver duel. It was a long one. It was a real.
What, 4 episodes?
Yeah, pretty much 4 episodes. I mean, it was 2 duels in one, but
yeah.
it was a doozy. So, what do you guys think of Revolver? What do you guys think of the duel? Was it confusing? Was it too long? Too short?
I'll start with this
2
one.
chains.
I was very excited for the Revolver duel.
Yeah, finally.
It's been anticipated. You see him the first time, you're like, I can't wait for them to go at it, you know? So, I'm excited. I get into it. I'm watching the first whole speed duel and everything, and he uses the same skill that Yusaku has. And I'm like, all right, this dude's just like out of his mind. He can do it all. Like, he controls this whole place.
Yeah.
Like, it's all on him. And then just, Yusaku being Yusaku pulls it out of his ass somehow. He's about to win. And then basically Revolver goes, well, I can't win, but I'm not going to lose. So he's just basically like, boom, we tie, and he's like, and I know where this is going next. And I thought that was really cool, like a good way to end the duel. Because it opens you into the Master Duel, which is a very cool thing to see, like in a different place, and it's his home turf. Like, it's like, this is where the Revolver wants you, because Speed Duel was kind of Yusaku's game. It was Playmaker's game.
Yeah.
So he took him out of his own element, brought him into something else, and I thought that was really cool, but it was very long.
Yeah.
It was very long, it was repetitive, like, you're you're dueling the same 2 guys again. So it was a little different, like, Revolver's strategy was a lot different, but it was all kind of the same pieces, a lot of the same sequences.
Yeah.
So it did get repetitive, like we said before with the link, but, like, it was for 3 episodes, maybe 3 full episodes of dueling. So it was cool because it was a lot of dueling, it's a lot of action, you don't even realize the episode's over half the time. You're like, that's the end.
Those dueling episodes fly by.
But it was very cool. I liked it a lot, but it dragged maybe just a little bit.
I agree with that. My episode 12 review, last review I did, I even said, except this duel maybe didn't have to go this long. It could have maybe been
like over 3
maybe
episodes.
A little shorter, yeah. But still an enjoyable duel.
Oh, definitely. Very good duel.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I like villains, if anyone watches Close Gamers. So, Revolver was great. I did like how he kind of had a little bit of honor at the end, where he was like, hey, I'm a man of my word, and he gave him, the thing that helps Aoi get out of the coma. So I thought that was really cool. I didn't necessarily see it as long. I just wanted more creativity. I mean, it was just like, a move, all these moves, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but look, I have this spell card. So now, and like, it was going back and forth for
That's
like...
Yu-Gi-Oh!
I
know.
And I'm like, oh my god. Like, somebody hits somebody.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's the thing. Yusaku didn't do anything to Revolver until the end.
Yeah, right to the end. He knocked him out.
And that was kind of,
Yeah, so I thought that would have been a little bit better. I mean, early on, I thought it was interesting. I think the AI actually brought it up where, like, he's so powerful, but he was picking away at him at the beginning.
Yeah.
Poking at him,
Yeah, so it reminded me a lot of the Aoi duel. So that was cool, but I like when they went into kind of the data storm. I mean, his introduction, first of all, just coming in, and like he comes in on a goddamn data storm, like lightning out of the sky, and he's just like, I'm here to take down Playmaker. I was just like, oh, all right. This man can control the data storm. He's legit. So that was really cool. And then them going inside it and all that stuff. I thought that was awesome. It was kind of like this kind of weird, like all these like random rocks are floating everywhere and things like that.
Cool ambience.
Yeah, it was definitely, it reminded me of like Injustice the game, where like you change, like in the middle of this battle between 2 characters, you change the scene that you're in. So that was cool. And then the whole introduction and the Master Duel and things like that.
Yeah.
I liked it. I just think that there could have been maybe a little more creativity to it.
Well, and do you think that there maybe could have been a little more
We did get a lot of good plot drops and good info drops,
yeah,
but did you think that maybe that was lacking? Or?
No, I thought there was a lot of good stuff there.
Yeah.
I mean, you had Revolver realizing that he's probably connected to Yusaku in some kind of way from what happened 10 years ago. I liked him explaining the whole AI thing, that he has free will. So it was a classic villain thing of like, I'm about to beat you, so let me tell you about this whole thing.
Right, of course.
So that was expected, but I think it was enough. I just wanted more like them hitting each other like maybe 500 life points each or
Back
something.
and
Like
forth.
it was just like we do all these moves
The
and
end
then
was
like we counter it
anticlimactic.
and then we counter it and then we counter it and we counter it and then nothing's happening. Oh, you can't attack my monster because it's protected by this. He can't be destroyed. I'm like, somebody do something.
Yeah,
Like stop
yeah.
taking your monsters out of the graveyard and then back again and this
That's
and
a
that.
very pesky deck.
Oh my
yeah, it really is. It's fair enough.
Yeah. I'm glad we finally see Playmaker Yusaku in a Master Duel. It's his first like full Master Duel. I think it definitely dragged a bit, but throughout it you kind of realize the complexity of Revolver's character, because he's like seems to be conflicted because of his backstory, which they're like, really giving you, they're teasing. They're like keep like oh, he's remembering this and that, and
Seems Revolver remembers more than Yusaku does.
exactly. He probably remembers a lot more, and I think that's what makes him conflicted. Yusaku's saying these things about trying to figure out his past, and Revolver's like, is this person that I spent this time
I definitely
with?
think he knows.
And he definitely knows, but I think that's what makes it complex, because I think some of the things that Revolver said during these battles tells us that the whole show isn't as black and white as they want you to believe. We're showing Soul.
That's my favorite part.
It's not as good as they want you to believe at the beginning, and then like obviously Knights of Hanoi is still like it's more gray than like
It's very
Yeah.
gray.
Yeah.
And like there's the individual pieces of the Knights of Hanoi where maybe Kogami's not as gray, maybe he's a
he's
little
like
more.
too gray. But
Yeah,
like,
we don't know
Revolver's
much about
definitely
Kogami.
grayer than
Anyone else.
Exactly.
And where was Spectre during this duel? He was
He was
just
like hiding, and then he's appeared again, which is very weird.
It's very weird, and it's also interesting. I guess we'll wait till theories to get into
And
that.
I wanted to say that finally they're battling. He's finally battling Revolver, but it made me think, and I always relate everything to Duel Monsters,
which is fair.
But
it's fair.
it made me realize the pacing's very different, because if Yugi had battled Pegasus in episode 9, I'm like, why is he already battling him?
You're right.
But in this, it was appropriate. It seems like this show is more of not the episodes are slow burn, but the pacing of the series.
It's the speed duel.
Well,
it feels like it speeds everything up, literally.
If it happened any later, it would have gone on too long. But in Duel Monsters, that would have never happened, and it would have felt too rushed.
And it also maybe speaks that Revolver, which a lot of us feel is more of a Seto Kaiba character.
Exactly.
Than
the
the
main-
Pegasus
Definitely,
and the
yeah.
villain. More of a rival.
We
than the
needed
villain.
a kind of a maze duel with the twins before we
Oh
got
my
to the
god. Yo, the Paradox
That's one of my
Brothers.
favorite episodes.
That's a
honestly.
great.
I think one thing is I might have been you who touched on it the last time. You thought that Zyzen was going to be more of the
I did.
big evil
I don't think that
Pegasus
anymore,
character.
but I did think that.
I was going to say, and that was we were kind of like, it's either Revolver or him. Those were like our opinions, and now you kind of look at it and you're like, it probably isn't either
No,
one.
it can be anyone.
They have
Yeah.
two now I think not him, but his father could be the ultimate guy who's really evil, or it could be, I guess this is getting into theories still, but like the chess pieces in Soul.
Right.
They
probably
have
both.
They have
been
such
hearing
a
about
Bless
that.
you.
bless you.
Thank you.
They have such a large role, but they're not really in the episodes that much. You know what I mean? Like they have all this power, but you don't really see them a lot. They just come in spurts. They're like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, this, and that, and they might know about this, but we obviously don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah.
So
I did like in the Revolver duel just his kind of development, because I kind of got what he was saying, but he was just like, everything in this
internet.
world is fictitious,
Yeah.
and this is, I kind of sided with him for a moment, because I was just
Me
like,
too.
you know what, maybe there is something more that, Yusaku and us, we don't know everything about this AI, maybe this is kind of the problem, and
Ignis
he
is the problem.
he's the
Yeah.
right one to want to destroy it. He don't want to just capture it, they want to destroy it. It seems like they know a lot more there, and then you have Soul, who this is their original property. So that seems more nefarious what they're doing. So I kind of got it.
They definitely know more than Yusaku, and they definitely know more than the viewer.
Yeah.
No doubt about
what
it.
I think with Ignis, I don't think he's necessarily the problem.
No.
It's the way that they both want him kind of on their side, so that they can try, even though he has free will, try and control him to do what he wants to do, but with them like behind him almost.
Yeah, and I don't think he's the problem. You have to remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but he also was missing memories.
Yeah,
So,
he's the worst with it. Yeah.
So I think that's a major issue there too. Is he doesn't even know what he is truly.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the core of the whole thing, where Revolver's saying like, oh, like he's power hungry, he's trying to control the Cyberse, this and that. Maybe that's the memory he's missing. Maybe in this past self, he was a, manipulative, like, destructive being. But since he's lost those memories, now he's this quirky character.
And when he gets those memories back,
he could be a main villain.
Then I might like him.
But also, it brings up, Caliber brought up an interesting point, saying that Soul claims the Cyberse are property of them.
Yeah.
But if Kogami's claiming that he's the father, he could be ex-Soul.
that's what a few people think. Yeah,
Okay.
that he used to be in Soul Tech. Yeah.
And then he knew what.
And there's something about Spectre too there, where like the way he comes in, I know it's more of a theory.
That's
I wouldn't
fine.
be surprised if he's playing again both, not in the Emma way, where like she's a mercenary. I think he's playing both behind the scenes there. I think he's one of those chess pieces, and then he's going back and grabbing anything he needs from the knights, and he's putting that against.
See, my theory on that is not that maybe he's a chess piece, but we know
not
Soul Tech is promoting someone to take over Akira's spot. What if that person is Spectre in the real world? Spectre is his VR.
That's
form.
totally possible.
That's funny because they did get
mean-
like at the end of
He's so
12, they
predictable.
said they gave a name.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have given a name if
If
it
it's
wasn't
not-
relevant.
Yeah.
If it wasn't
Yeah.
going to
And
mean
that's
anything.
a good point. They say he's predictable, right? That's a good thing. Basically, we can control that
Yeah.
person, but you can't because maybe he's controlling them and they
Yeah,
don't
he's
even know
playing
it.
them for
He,
fools.
basically, he's playing dumb almost to them, so that they're like, he'll do anything we say.
Yeah.
So they'll tell him anything, and then he goes back and goes, well, this is what they told me.
Yeah.
So this is what they're trying to do.
But it'll also be interesting if he is actually working for Soul Tech and he betrays the Knights of Hanoi, which is another possibility.
Yeah, it could
Probably
go
not
to-
because they showed him first with the
It
Knights,
could
but
flip-flop the
but that's
complete
what I
other
love
way.
about
Yeah.
the whole Avatar situation, is you don't know who these people are in the real world and who they are in the VR world.
Except
And
Go.
yeah, that's true, and that speaks to his personality. where he's
and
just,
you can't forget Zaizen.
Akira has the same.
His
Yeah,
avatar is the
that's
same.
true.
Yeah.
Well, he's
He's
not
not really a
Avatar,
duelist.
yeah.
He was
He's
kind
not
of
a
there
duelist.
torturing
Yeah, we don't know if him and
Yusaku.
Kusanagi are going to duel. But I guess that's a good transition to characters. I mean, we set our favorite characters after 5 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
What are your favorites and your least favorite? This is probably a segment we'll do every time we do one. of these.
Yeah, we have
After 12 episodes. It's still very early.
I have a couple favorites, and I would say, I mean, Playmaker, obviously you like him. He's the hero.
Yeah,
whatever.
Of course.
Kusanagi I like a lot.
Yeah.
He cares so much about Yusaku as if he was his brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He really cares about him. He wants to do whatever he can. Like, he builds that bridge basically for Emma to get through and go
Just
see
so he can watch.
just so he could look on and make sure he's all right, and he's not doing. I really like Kusanagi for that reason, and just like he really wants to figure it out too. Like he doesn't say every episode, "I need to figure out what's going on," but you know in the back of his mind, like his brother was involved.
Yeah.
So he's really like pushing Yusaku because he's finding out information that he wants too, but kind of secondary. Like. He's not the guy up front about it, but he's like, I'll do whatever it takes for you to do it because there's information I want too.
Yeah.
So I really like him, and I enjoy the AI. I think it's
A lot of people do. A lot of people
It's
do.
it's like funny. It's like good humor. He says a lot of obvious things that make you like when we were watching it before. Like really, you had to say
Really,
that.
dude.
Like you're gonna bring this up and then repeat basically what just happened and what they just said, but. I think it's all for just like good laughs, and it lightens up the spirits. Like at the end when he comes in his form,
It does.
and he looks ripped, and he's coming out. And I said to you, I go, he's gonna be so tiny,
Yeah.
and he comes out and he's like smaller than this water
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He's so small.
Or it's like you're going to analyze my private parts, you
yeah,
pervert.
you
It's like,
pervert.
come on.
The humor he has is good. but-
And
That's good.
honestly, there's no character I really dislike.
Except-
I kind of disliked Akira
Okay.
until no, I didn't.
No, well, I mean, he was a bit of a dick.
I
But
But
disliked him.
his sister was in a coma.
No,
before that.
No,
Before
before
that.
that. I'm
Oh,
getting
yeah,
there.
yeah.
I disliked him, and then you kind of because he really didn't give like he was working his tail off.
we learned that he
for
cares
hours.
later,
Right,
but
yeah.
it's hard
we,
to tell.
we
or
learned that
anything.
Yeah.
everything
Episode, like,
he
4, yeah,
did
he did
was
something
for
like that.
Howie.
Right, but it's hard to
up
tell
that
that in the
point-
beginning.
Up to that point, I didn't like him, and then I was like, you know what? he might not be going at it in 100% the right way, but his heart is in the right place.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm starting to, like, lighten up to him. Like, he does care, but he just really needs to figure out how to show it. And when he's crying at the end of the last episode...
That was good for his character.
It's very good for his character.
Yeah.
So I think he's on the up. That's why I'm saying I don't really dislike him, but he's getting there.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. For me, I guess I'll start with my least favorite characters.
Don't do it, man.
I mean, Naoki's made it again.
Don't do him
I
like
hate
that.
him so much. He's so annoying.
He's going to be so
Oh
annoying.
my god, I hate him. And then the
gonna be the
AI,
main villain.
I kind of like, he annoys me. Imagine.
He's Spectre.
Yeah. Like, the AI kind of annoys me in some regards. Like, when he's in duels, he absolutely annoys me. But when he's out of the duel, then I kind of like him more when he's, like, just in the dialogue of, like, when they're in, like, the food truck
In
or
his
something.
free will.
Yeah, his actual
Literally.
dialogue is really good.
Yeah, so those are better scenes. Favorite characters for me, I think Emma is really interesting, so I think that I'm a Revolver person once again. Yeah, I like Yusaku. I think there's more. Aoi I thought was interesting. And then Ghost surprised me. That whole like persona he puts on, the entertainer, but then with the whole orphanage thing, and then like how the kids liked him again, even though he lost. Like that whole thing was sweet.
That was
there.
sweet. That was
That was
very
the episode that got me.
Right,
Like
I
at
remember
the
you
end of
said
the
that would
battle,
hook
he
you, yeah.
smiles and says, "I lost."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And he-
And they made him the
yeah.
belt and everything, so like that was good. And then Kusanagi, he's great. I mean, he's maybe not on the level of hacker that Yusaku is, because they have like a scene there where he's just like, "How did you do that?" or something when they were hacking. But he's really good.
Yeah.
So I think he has to be like the right hand man of Yusaku. I don't think Yusaku would make it even as far as he's gotten if it wouldn't.
That's fair.
him, so.
That's definitely fair to say.
yeah. I like Kusanagi a lot. I think
Everyone loves Kusanagi.
as far as like
He's
support,
chill, bro.
like like sidekick support characters, from the get go, he was already the most competent.
Yeah.
Like Joey started off not really competent. When who was
Cyrus.
Jaden?
Cyrus, the blue-haired guy,
Yeah,
right?
it's like not really competent, but like Kusanagi from the like at the gate, already like a good dude. Revolver, it's obviously the villain. You gotta love a good villain, but. Maybe not. Like he's got honor. He's complex. I like that a lot. Emma, I want to see Emma like just turn around.
I think we'll
and
be seeing
on
Emma
team,
next.
which we will.
I think Emma
yeah.
will get good focus now.
Yeah.
From the beginning, I loved Zaizen.
I know.
He's
That was your favorite
he was
after
my
five.
favorite.
He
Yeah.
definitely got me more.
He's
Yeah,
such a
me
Nick
too.
T
Yeah.
character.
He is a
Nick-
Nick T character.
Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
He really is.
I don't like Naoki. I don't hate him as much as I used to.
Good.
Even though
He's
that
growing on. I
hate
that
him
lame
even
that lame like, your deck is lame thing pissed me off. But
I wanted to smack him
I
so
will.
bad.
I wouldn't be upset if he was the first one to figure out that Yusaku was Playmaker.
I tell you right now, though, if he turns out to be Spectre, the show is over for me.
no. If he's anything more than a support character, like if he's anything significant, that would make me mad. He shouldn't be. He deserves to be where he is now.
Well, I think he should get a duel down the road.
oh no, he should. No, he should.
He's not
And-
even competent enough for a duel.
Well, we don't know how his
Well,
skills
do you
are.
know who he would fit perfectly?
You might
That's
run him in
already
Zodia then.
in the Vrains.
Who?
It's the dumb frog that.
Yeah.
oh my god,
Yeah.
those guys
Right?
need to chill.
Those
But
guys
if,
are great.
if that was him, I would get it 100%.
No, I
He's
agree.
so interested
That would
in
make
everything.
so much sense.
And he's like, "Oh my god, it's Playmaker! Oh my god!" Like,
Yeah.
and he's flying. Like that's him.
That would
be
make a
amazing.
lot
I
of
would like
sense.
that,
Is
but
that-
I want to see who his sidekick would be. Who is that pigeon then?
The pigeon, and then we had the eagle.
Yeah.
The eagle.
Well, that eagle was another
rival.
network.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
that
eagle
was
was
another-
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about it. I would like that.
Right? Like I think
That was
would
like
be
Fox
so
News.
funny.
Yeah, I was
came
surprised
in.
no one made like a meme about
Well,
that.
realistically, the
CNN.
CNN, Fox News.
Fake news.
you couldn't say that like the seagull was his like his AI,
Yeah.
like the bird,
Ah.
and that talking to him like, and maybe like I mean
Oh.
the only thing that
So the
would
fro-
the only thing that would like hinder that is like that wouldn't have free will.
Yeah,
but
it
I
would-
don't.
yeah.
You don't know how much conversation the non-free will one has. You know what I mean?
Well, I think you get a slight idea.
Well, when he
from-
tries talking to Alice,
yeah, and it's like can't comprehend. It's like
But then when she has that card, remember?
Yeah, from the
Stop
night-
trying to talk
Yeah.
to me like we're friends, and
Yeah.
it's and he's like,
That's when he
something's up,
noticed
something's up. Like,
and then Yusaku shut him down, and I'm like, dude, listen to this
that's what
man.
happens when you talk 24/7. You get shut down.
Oh yeah, it's understandable.
No, he doesn't listen to Naoki either. He'll probably say something really important in 3 episodes.
That's no, but that's one of my favorite parts is like when the AI is talking to other things, and like you have no personality or you have no life. When he was trying to convince that robot in the apartment that you can make him smarter.
Yeah.
No, also make him smarter too if you help me.
Right, that's right. He's starting a revolution practically. Yeah, for me, my favorite character is probably Yusaku. It's probably Blair.
He's great.
He's a good main character. I like him a lot.
He's cutthroat.
Can't say he's got. Yeah, I can't say he's gotten an amazing development over the first 12 episodes.
Not yet,
but he's just a guy I can relate to. He's an easygoing guy. He's like my ideal protagonist almost.
what I like about him is that he's not the perfect protagonist.
Yeah.
He's selfish.
He is selfish.
Absolutely. He's on
Like,
his own mission.
So he's,
I like that.
he's got a good mission and it's noble and he, help Aoi, but it's always for his own motives and no one else's. When he lists the 3 reasons, Aoi's not even in there.
He's not.
That was my biggest
And like
thing.
that's funny, but when you think about it, he's selfish and it's good.
But to counter that, he's also growing a bit because once he leaves Link Vrains, he's exhausted. First thing he asks, "How's Aoi's Aizen?"
Yeah.
First thing he asks.
They're
So
gonna
there's-
have more scenes later on.
Yeah, we'll see how those scenes are. I'm just saying, R-rated scenes, but it's a kid
X
show.
maybe
X. It's a kid show though. I wouldn't bet on it, but don't be afraid to catch feels. But
again, round 2.
Aoi. Speaking of her, she's a character I like a lot. I want to see her go through this journey.
So you don't want to see her
of
treated
confidence.
like normal females in Yu-Gi-Oh?
No,
No
I don't
more
want-
damsel
I don't-
distress.
I
I mean,
don't-
we got the coma out of the way, right? So
The
we're
coma's
done.
gone, which
right?
is good.
So that
So
now
she's not going to disappear for the
we
last
should have
50
some good-
episodes and not do it once.
I have like a semi-bold prediction, but it probably will make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I think in the probably not the next one. I think the next one's gonna be a lot of Emma. And
I think so.
I
And she'll
think-
grow on me because I don't really like her, but she'll grow on me.
Because she like in the preview, it shows her like at the hot dog stand, and I mean Yusaku's gotta recognize her. Like I just feel like he's gonna he turns around.
The only difference between her and her
Is the
AI
bandana.
is the bandana and the hair color is slightly different.
they don't know Electra is the same person there. Okay,
They also don't
It
know
works.
Yusaku and Playmaker look so similar.
Yeah,
They do like the
But
faces.
I think that she's gonna, when she's better and she's not in the hospital, she's gonna confront Yusaku at school and be like, "I know what you did. I'm not gonna say anything. Thank you." And that's gonna be how she tells him, like, "I know you're Playmaker, but I'm not gonna make it public." And then I think Naoki's gonna be the guy who finds out and says something just out loud, like, "Oh my God, you are Playmaker!"
Yeah, right.
It makes so much sense, and then everyone's gonna crowd
But would
around.
people
and-
believe him?
Well, I don't know.
Hopefully not.
Maybe
No,
not.
probably
Hopefully they throw him in the dumpster.
Yusaku will deny it. I guarantee
Yeah, no,
he
he
will
will.
deny
He
it.
would.
But Naoki's going to be the one who does that, or Yusaku's going to confront him after class, kind of like, "Don't say anything."
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, seriously,
Or I'll kill you.
like you're right. Congratulations, you figured it out. Now, please stay quiet because I'm on a mission that you don't even
Do
understand.
you think?
Yeah.
Do you think this face can stay quiet though?
Absolutely
Look
not.
at that.
but if he denies it enough that nobody believes him, they're like, "Naoki, you're just crazy. You talk out your ass full time anyway." Then it'll blow over.
I think it'll blow.
Yeah,
over.
we're like the president of the duel club is like, "That's rude, man."
That's
and
fucked
he just
up,
shut him
dude.
down. He just shut him down.
So, like, I think-
like, everybody can shut him down.
I think that like he'll have the satisfaction of knowing he was right, and that he had said it out loud already, but no one's gonna believe him anyway,
It's
so
like
he's not gonna bring it up.
Exactly.
Like he might even joking around be like, "How you doing, Playmaker?" Like just saying it to him in
it's like-
person,
and like, dude.
and he's gonna be like, "All right, stop with that." Like,
But
we
what
know
we
that's
could
not
do
me.
is we could have Kusanagi poison food on the food
Oh
truck
my
and then
God.
give it to him.
Yeah, I like
And
if
then
they went
that's
that
it.
route. I'd
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
actually not
Well,
bad.
actually, and that things you want to see.
That's what I want to see.
It's the final topic. You want to see Kusanagi poison
I
knife.
think that would be good. I think there's a few interesting things when the flashback happened with Yusaku. It was just a thing. It's not a theory or anything. Just like really, his hair was colored that as a 6-year-old. It was blue and pink.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I was just
That's
like,
okay.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh hair. You can't question.
Also,
the hair
there
in
needs to
Yu-Gi-Oh.
be an investigation into Akira's parents' death there. Because did you see that car accident? There was like one car coming this way, and this car is just into the left lane. You tell me they just veered into the left lane and the car blew up?
Well,
and
maybe
they just died.
Maybe it was a hit.
I don't
maybe
know.
Soul Tech went after.
That's
them
what we
for
need to
some
do
reason.
an investigation on this. That's why either
20 years later.
either there's a hit or they're just terrible drivers. And then that's a
But now, were their
misrepresent.
parents the terrible drivers, or was it the other people?
I think it was the parents. They swerved into the lane.
Or did Akira set that all up from way back in the day just so he
That
could...
dude,
As like a
that dude was like 10.
Or is that a planted memory by Soltech, and they planted memories into these
Whoa,
You never
that,
know.
if that's the case,
Totally true.
that opens up a whole new...
We open up a
kids?
whole can of
That's
worms.
the beautiful thing about this show, though. You have no idea what's
I
gonna
just
happen.
like this 3 triangles.
That's what I like too.
dynamic.
I
It's
hate
so
when
good.
it's one-on-one.
I don't like when it's linear. It's
too.
so great.
Yeah, that's why this plot's so good. And like, and when you think about it, like...
And that's why it's hooking
all the-
fans that aren't
yeah.
usually wouldn't watch
like
the show, which
the
is
whole
good.
3 thing, and then at a general look, there's 3 main factions, which is Soul,
Yusaku's Club.
Yusaku's Club, and then Knights of Hanoi.
I just don't know where those other guys came from in Seoul because there was originally just the one guy, and then there was 2 other chess pieces.
I
That's
think
adding the more
It's like, where the hell these
themselves.
guys
I
come
think
from?
they're all going to be chess. I think there's going to be the 5 chess pieces of Soul, and I think the pawn is going to be the person in Akira's position.
after he loses his job.
Yeah.
But again, like we talked about, what if they put Spectre in that position and he's just playing
Well, he
them
could
all?
be whatever. I don't remember what the name was they said, but that could be Spectre
Yeah.
for all we know
Yeah.
in the real world.
I think that'd be brilliant.
I
if they
would
did
be
that.
amazing.
They dropped that name for a reason.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm very excited to see what'll happen.
Yeah.
But any other thoughts, guys?
I have my early ship. Comment below. Make some ship names. It's Emma and Yusaku.
I don't know if
I'm on this ship train. I want it
I
together.
agree with that.
And then Emma
You
will-
really think so?
I'm
No,
on the
don't
ship
you dare
train.
say
No,
it.
I'm. What was I going to
I
say?
wouldn't mind him and Aoi either.
I'd want to see him.
So I just want to see
I don't-
some strong females here. That's what I like in all my other
I wanna
shows,
see.
and this genre is terrible with it.
This genre is horrible with it. But I'll tell you something else. Usually, it's the male love interest that ruins the female characters in these shows. I've yet to see a show where the female falls head over heels for the male protagonist, and it doesn't hurt her character.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't mind if they. I've said it so many times in my videos. If they do romance, that's great. It's a good element to a show.
But they have to do it well.
They have to do it well,
Yeah.
and hopefully.
Maybe they can have like a big reunion scene, like after so many
No,
episodes,
okay.
and then you don't even hug or do anything. Maybe you could do something like that.
Is that a
We just end it like Arc 5.
Oh no, Arc 5. Arc 5 was. I'm not even gonna get into Arc 5.
How do you not have anything happen?
Arc 5. Well, the main characters all stayed dead.
Yeah, true.
Whatever.
They all stayed dead, but one of the guys was smiling at his sister and his best friend's death. Of
course.
Genuinely smiling, like not, like genuine. You know what? I'm not gonna get into it.
You're never gonna get over it.
Anyway.
It stresses me
Can
out
I
too
add one
much.
thing I would like to see?
Yeah, sure.
A little more go,
That
maybe?
That guy
Yeah,
actually.
well,
that
yeah.
guy was smiling. Yeah, one of the best characters in the show, and he was smiling. at his
Yeah.
Like,
sister's
bring
death.
Go, like, Go
Yeah, good
was,
writing.
what was he in, the first 5 episodes?
Go-
and then
he's disappeared.
He was not, maybe it was the first 6. From whenever I started to catch up, I think it was episode 7,
Mm-hmm.
he was not
We haven't seen him
thought.
since 5. We haven't seen him
Yeah,
since 5.
so from 6 to 12, he wasn't even a thought.
Yeah.
But he was, like, you know, he was a guy you were starting to like, you know, like,
Yeah.
even
Well, I
though
think-
he was, like, kind of seemed like, you know, he was the guy he wanted to go after. He wanted to take him, well, Go kind of wanted to take down
No pun
Playmaker,
intended.
but,
he wanted to go after.
yeah,
I
I,
like
God. Jesus.
anyway, not
yeah,
for you.
no.
But, like, I kind of want to see more of him.
I agree. I like what to piggyback on both things you said. The past 2 things you said. I want to see the team together. I want to
Yeah.
see Aoi. I want to see Go. I
But
think
are
Revolver.
they're
could
not a
end up-
team though. See,
They will be.
Kusanagi said, "Hey, should we use them as allies?" And Yusaku said, "I don't want to get them involved. This is life or death."
because he's
It
alone.
is.
Right now, he's a lone wolf. That's his base character. He's gonna break out of that.
But if they-
Revolver is going to join that team.
Revolver's going to join that team.
That's one of my
That's
theories.
their,
Revolver.
that's their 5
Absolutely.
chess pieces.
Yeah.
It's those 4
Because
and Yusaku.
the thing
5
is,
on 5.
right?
Yes.
That's his dad apparently or whatever.
Yeah.
So is that his dad's like VR version? Because it looks like his actual dad in the real world is in like some kind of coma.
That's what
Yes.
we think.
Yeah.
or
That's
something.
what we
So
think.
let's assume that, right? It seems like he doesn't fully. There's this weird chemistry between him and his dad. Like where his dad seems like he's always ordering him around.
Mm-hmm.
I think if he learns that, hey, not only with Yusaku but himself was experimented on or
Yeah.
effed with as a kid, I think he's gonna cut the Knights
Yeah,
right
and then
there.
he's-
gonna
yeah,
go join
that's
the team.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. There's a lot of routes they can
Yeah.
go. There's a lot of routes
We'll
they
see.
can go. It's going to be an interesting next few weeks. But guys, I hope you enjoyed part 2. Hopefully, part 2 of many. We all love doing it.
Yeah,
it's a
that's
lot more
great.
casual, a lot more. I don't want to say enjoyable and make it sound like my other videos are crap. But
Don't even watch his cast
Yeah,
list. They're not worth it.
It's a fun, laid
It's a
back,
fun,
you know,
relaxed
yeah,
environment,
yeah.
and hopefully you guys will comment your thoughts down below. See, after the first 5, we did one after 12, maybe after like 18, 19, 17, 18, we'll do
Yeah.
another one.
Let's do it.
That's good.
Yeah, cool. So, you guys let us know all your thoughts on this down below, your first 12 episodes thoughts, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Check out Clueless Gamers.
This is my shout
Check
out.
out Clueless Gamers.
Yeah, please.
I'll link it down below. He used to be part of it. He was the reason I'm here, honestly. So
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have an amazing day.
Thank you.